Welcome back to the Disturbing Illusion channel. I wanted to talk about this video right here, which I have not seen yet. As a matter of fact, I haven't seen a Tennessee Brando video for quite some time, but I was intrigued by the title and I thought, you know what? Why don't we just go through this together and see what he's talking about. The name of the video is "I'm Loving That MAGA is in Complete War." Just to give you a little bit of background, first of all, thank you to all my new subscribers. I appreciate you being here. What this channel is all about is breaking the left versus right paradigm lie. The Republicans want you to think that the Republicans, which is part of government, is here to help. The Democrats want you to think that Democrats, who are from the government, are here to help. And sanity says, anytime government says that they are here to help me, they're actually here to help themselves to your stuff. Politicians are not on your side. If you don't learn from history, you are doomed to repeat that history. And history shows us that politicians are not in it for Americans. They're not in it for their constituents. They don't represent the needs of Americans. They represent the needs of special interest groups and corporate lobbyists. And it's not about you. I don't care if it's a Democrat Republican or a Democrat politician or a Republican politician. They are not here for you. They're here to increase their own money and deepen their own pockets and increase their own power and notoriety, into hell with the rest of you. So let's take a look at this real quick and we'll make some comments along the way.
So in today's episode of We Told You So, it turns out that free speech ain't exactly free over on Twitter. Who would have thunk it? Folks, it is time to pop the popcorn because the MAGA civil war has begun. And I'm chuckling because Elon Musk is now going after MAGA influencers and he's silencing them. He's taking away their blue check marks. He's suspending their accounts. He's demonetizing them. And they're set back going, how could this happen to us? We thought you were for free speech. After all the...
Oh, this is interesting because last night I saw a post by Owen Schroyer. I did not know this video is going to be about. Let's see, Owen. Let's take a look at this. He put out a tweet saying that Laura Loomer has been locked out of her account for 12 hours. Update on the current situation with censorship on X. Yes, I said it. Censorship on X. Yeah, the tweet that I saw was, I'm not going to assume anything right now, but the timing is highly suspicious and lends to the belief that shadow banning still exists. I tried to warn people who are Team MAGA. Now, don't get me wrong when I say this, because I am just as vehemently against Democrats as I am Republicans. It's two wings of the same bird of prey. They're constant, it's a vulture constantly circling around trying to pick the rest of the flesh off of your bones. Okay. So when I say what I'm about to say about MAGA, I've tried to warn people in the MAGA movement that Elon Musk is not on your side. He's not for freedom of speech. I don't care how much he says he is. It's almost like the more people say they're for freedom of speech, the more you find out when you look under the hood, they're against it. Let's see. He had sent out a tweet that said that his blue check mark was gone. And if anybody knew what was going on, we're having a real conversation. Let's see. There it is. I just lost my verification, was told my account is under review. Anyone know what's going on? 893,000 views on this. Let's see. Why did Laura Loomer lose her verification? Did you speak out against immigration? Crowdsource the Truth posted a video. Let's see. I don't know why people are surprised. So before we go on with, I'm just kind of working through this with you guys. I want to continue to listen to the mockery of Tennessee Brando, but let's listen just a little bit to what Owen Schroyer says. Update on the current situation with censorship on X.
All right, guys. I'm going to tell you everything I know.
I'm telling you, MAGA is about to get slammed with a serious rude awakening. What they have just voted into office, and we all know that's a political dog and pony show, but what they approve of through their vote is going to slap them in the face so hard they won't even know what hit them.
About the current phenomenon of censorship on X. Yes, that's what I said. Censorship on X. Now let's explain what's happened and how we got here quickly. And there's another issue that kind of ties into that with the discrepancies in the payouts, but that's nothing compared to what's going on now with potential mass censorship, because this feels like the beginning stages of censorship on X. It feels like early stage censorship on X.
Early stage censorship. It's been going on for a long, long time, Owen. So let's hear what this guy says.
This time of them calling us the enemy from within. After all this time of them saying that we were for censorship, that we were against free speech, now they have an enemy within MAGA, and he is talking down to them, he's belittling them, and he's coming after them. And Trump's silence during all this is really deafening. And by the way, what happened to J.P. Mandel? I haven't heard from that guy in a long time. Folks, we're going to read an article here, an exclusive article from MidasNews.com. But before we do that, we have reached a few milestones here on the channel.
MidasNews.com. This guy's got, man, this guy's increasing like crazy in subscriber view count. It's amazing to me that this many people are willing to turn off their minds and turn on something like this. He's almost got 500,000 subscribers. He just released this video an hour ago. He's got almost 30,000 views on it. And he's part of the Midas Touch network. Midas Touch is decidedly leftist propagandist outlet. It's just, this stuff is disgusting.
Well, first of all, we crossed over 100 million total views here on the Tennessee Brando channel. That is extremely hard for me to wrap my mind around because I live in such a small town. It's hard for me to believe that many people have clicked on one of my videos.
All right,
but here we go.
Let's just get on with this.
Exclusive. Elon Musk suspends Laura Loomer amid MAGA civil war. This here was written by Jordy Mycelis from MidasNews.com. Midas Touch obtained exclusive information that Laura Loomer has been suspended by Elon Musk. It's official. Elon Musk has suspended MAGA influencer Laura Loomer.
Now, you know what's interesting about this? We know that Elon Musk is Zio charged. We know that he supports the Zio side of things. And we know Laura Loomer is a Zio supporter as well. So this is very, very interesting.
After she spent the entire day calling him out over his support of H-1B visas. After several hours of back and forth arguing with Musk, Vivek Ramaswamy, Loomer, and other MAGA influencers, Musk took the extraordinary step of stripping Loomer and others of their verified blue check marks along with their paid subscriptions. And as a result, Musk demonetized their accounts on the process. Now, Midas Touch has obtained an exclusive screenshot showing that the demonetization of Loomer's account was not the only thing that Musk did. Musk and X went so far as to suspend Loomer for a period of time, preventing her from tweeting from her account for several hours. Now, look here. We've temporarily limited some of your account features. What happened? We have determined that you have violated X rules, so we have temporarily limited some of your account features. While in the state, you can still browse X, but you're limited to only sending direct messages to followers. No post, repost, follows, or likes. Your account will be restored to full functioning in 11 hours and 59 minutes. As of this post, and at the time I'm doing this article, Loomer remains suspended on X. Musk has long called himself to be a free speech absolutist, but his actions overnight tell a different story. In response to the suspension, Loomer gave Midas Touch the following exclusive quote. I'm being silenced for supporting Trump policies. If you can please let people know that I have been suspended and that my verification has been taken away and that I have been banned from having subscribers, I'd appreciate it. For his part, Musk attempted to explain away the demonetization of several MAGA users, tweeting the following. First, he said, just a reminder, the algorithm is trying to maximize unregretted user seconds. It's far more credible verified subscriber accounts, not bots. Mute block account compared to those who like your posts. He says that. Then he says, that said, any accounts found to be engaged in coordinated attacks to spam accounts with mute blocks will themselves
spam target accounts with mute blocks will themselves be categorized correctly as spam. Live by the spam, die by the spam.
Yes, and retweets that. So, as it currently stands, the owner of X has suspended a large MAGA influencer.
So this guy who is totally in the tank for Elon Musk, Mario, says, play stupid games, win stupid prizes.
After her public disagreement with him, free speech on X apparently has its limits.
They are rightly calling this out, okay? These guys are progressive propagandists, which equates to scum of the earth. But as I've said all along with Elon Musk, keep your eye on this guy. He is absolutely not a free speech absolutist. This is Mr. Neuralink, put a chip in your brain. This is Mr. corporate government welfare recipient. This is the guy who wants carbon tax credits to be applied to everyone. This is Mr. UBI, Universal Basic Income. Let's see what else Owen Schroyer says about this.
In the last, say, 48 hours, going on now, X, with the discrepancies in the payouts, but that's nothing compared to what's going on now with potential mass censorship, because this feels like the beginning stages of censorship on X. It feels like early stage censorship on X. In the last, say, 48 hours, a major and important debate has broken out on X. And that is really about immigration, censoring around H-1B visas and foreign workers replacing American workers, and all the other ins and outs of that discussion and debate. It's been a very heated debate. It's been going on for the last 48 hours. Now, this is healthy. Our republic thirsts for real debate. We have been caught up in vapid discussions. We've been caught up in just having to say basic truths like our border is wide open. And so we've been caught up in these vapid, trivial, false narrative debates, and our republic is thirsty for real debate, and we're finally getting it. This is a real debate.
And that's what Elon Musk has been saying. We need healthy debate. We need all sides to come to the table so that we can discuss this, so we can hash things out. But apparently, if you push the envelope too far, you will lose your verification check mark on Twitter, and you will be demonetized.
About foreign policy and immigration, maybe the two most important issues of our time, in fact. And so we're having this debate, and then tonight there is a wave of people who have their badges and their verification check marks removed, myself included. Now, let me just tell you what I know personally from talking to other people and then with my situation. Laura Loomer seems to be the genesis of this. Go figure. And she got into it about foreign workers and immigration, specifically with Elon Musk. And then she got her badge and verification removed. Now, since then, dozens of others have, including myself. There is a direct correlation with a group that she was affiliated with, that I also happen to be affiliated with, who got entirely wiped out. All check marks and badges and verification removed from the entire group. And it appears to be just because of Laura Loomer, or the attack or the censorship, whatever is happening to Laura Loomer. Now, I've spoken with, or I've seen, they've shared information, the leaders of this group. They have not violated any terms of service. They've not been giving any notifications of any reason for any of this. They've not missed a payment. So there's no reason why this group should have lost its badges, its verification, its premium status. Should not have happened. So it appears to be this is all about Laura Loomer. And Musk has put out statements talking about group censorship and attacking groups. And it's kind of, I don't know, it's kind of open for interpretation. I can't really claim I understand it. He tried to clear it up with a follow-up post. Still doesn't really make sense. The people of the group I'm affiliated with that just got hit with this claim that it has nothing to do with us. So I don't know. That's open for interpretation. Maybe it plays into this. Maybe it doesn't. But it's not limited to this group. I've talked to other people, and you can go look at other people who have also lost their verification status, also lost their badge, also lost their premium account, and now it's up for review. That's all I got, by the way. I just got sent a notification from X that said my account was under review and everything was removed. Premium status, verification badge, and check mark. All removed, with just saying your account is under review. Doesn't say any violations, doesn't say anything I did, doesn't flag a post, nothing. Now, the only thing that seems to be common in all of this, the only thing that seems to be common is the individuals that got hit today were all critical of mass immigration. That seems to be the only thing common here. And I think that that's undeniable. Now, I won't assume anything at this point. I won't assume anything yet. But we can look at what's available for anybody to observe, for anybody to witness. The people who were critical tonight of mass immigration and foreign workers coming in are the ones that got hit with, you could call this light censorship. Because when you remove your premium status, your verification check mark, your badge, you get taken down as far as priority on X is concerned. So
that's light censorship. You can call it whatever you want to. Call it light censorship, call it shadow banning, put them at the end of the line or at the bottom of the stack. It is censorship. And censorship attempts to force someone who wants to say something into silence. It's forcing a free man or free woman into silence. It's actually even worse than that, because you're not just forcing that one individual. I don't care if you're talking about Alex Jones, Owen Schroyer, Tennessee Brando. I don't care who you're talking about. It goes beyond the individual, and it goes to the crowd, the masses of people who want to listen to a Tennessee Brando, or who want to listen to an Owen Schroyer, or a Rachel Madcow, or a CBS News, or a CNN, or Fox News. You're basically telling all these people, not just that one person. You're trying to silence Tucker Carlson. You're trying to silence Owen Schroyer. It's not just that one person. Yep, that's bad enough. But it's telling all the people who want to listen to that one individual, nope, we're not going to allow you to hear it. We're not even going to allow you to see it, because we are going to shadow ban them. We're going to silently censor them, and you just won't see them anymore. 5 years down the road, you'll be like, gosh, I wonder what happened to high impact flicks. That's what happened to me on the YT platform. They deleted 5 of my channels. I've had to start over 5 or 6 or 7 times. There's an audience that wants to listen to me, whether you like me or not. It doesn't even matter. There's an audience that subscribed to me, hit the bell notification, wanted to listen to me, supports me. And YouTube said, nope, we are going to tell all 600,000 of you, spread out across all my channels, over 1.5 million of you. Nope, we don't want you to listen to this guy. It's done. It's over. That's how bad censorship is. And everybody else who subscribed is like, it's like getting a subscription to Time Magazine. And you wonder why, after 5 years of being a subscriber to Time Magazine, you've never gotten one single magazine. It's because the mailman intercepted the Time Magazine and was like, no, I don't want you to read this magazine. That's how bad it is. Let's go back to Tennessee Brando and see what he's spewing out of his mouth.
This video, I used to work at this place, and there was this guy that had been there for like 20 years, drove a forklift. He had been there for 20 years, and he no longer gave a damn about anything. And so anytime I was training a new guy, he would come driving by on the forklift, and he'd go, well, who we got here today? And I'd be like, we got a new guy. This is so-and-so or whatever. And he'd be like, well, boy, you going to learn today. And then he would just drive on away. And that went through my head as I read that article. Boy, you going to learn today. It's so funny to me, folks, that these people are finally in the find out stage of this whole thing. And I mean, I can't feel any sympathy for them. I really can't. I'm looking for it. I can't find it, because they were perfectly okay with going along with this, not seeing the danger of it before they ever got started.
And yet this is a guy who, to this day, with his progressive policies, and I'm talking about Tennessee Brando here, this is the guy to this day who continues to support people like FDR. FDR didn't just censor people. He made internment camps and put 160 something thousand Japanese Americans in an internment camp against their will and without their consent. Tennessee Brando is this progressive commentator slash musician known for critiques of conservative politics, but you rarely see him launch or lob a substantive critique of his own authoritarian Democrat camp. I mean, this guy will critique Republican conservative policies till he's blue in the face, but somehow he finds a way, and just like Midas Touch and Brian Tyler Cohen and David Pakman and Luke Beasley and all the progressive propagandists, and make no mistake, they are propagandists. These are like public relations officers for the progressive slash authoritarian movement, because you got progressive authoritarianism, you got conservative authoritarianism, you've got liberal or, Democrat conservatism or authoritarianism. So he's pushing his brand of authoritarianism in a hypocritical, inconsistent way, which is what they all do when they involve themselves in the evils of politics.
Everything they feared the left would do to them, now Elon could do to them, and Donald Trump is staying silent. And
he doesn't even care, because he's for something like gun control. He wants and the government is not, they're not interested at all in controlling guns or inanimate objects. They want to control you. And this guy, Mr. Progressive Propagandist that he is, he wants his Democrat government to control what you can or can't have. Now, he'll make the excuse of it's going to keep our schools safe, it's going to keep society safer, but it doesn't matter. The safety of the people will always be the alibi of tyrants, and this guy tips his hat or his do-rag to tyrants and tyranny. As long as it's Democrat tyranny, we're fine with it. As long as it's Democrat authoritarianism, we're fine with it. So this is why I have this channel, because anytime a rightist criticizes or condemns a leftist and vice versa, they are engaged in a dangerous, hypocritical game where the banksters and the corporate elitists who control this whole uniparty show are just rubbing their hands together going, they still don't get it. I can't believe it's still like taking candy from a baby ever since 1913 with the advent of the Federal Reserve and the income tax and the IRS. Oh my gosh, these guys just don't get it. But this is their gravy train. This is their bread and butter. This is how they keep the lights on. This is how they're driving the nice cars and living in the nice houses, because they've taken a side. They've taken a position in this uniparty ecosystem.
Mandel has
same with Owen Schreier. Same with Alex Jones. You think they're on your side. They are not. They are on the left versus right paradigm side, which is antithetical to humanity, which is a violation of not only their own constitution, it's a violation of natural law. It's a violation of natural rights. It's a violation of your freedom. And these guys are for it. They vote for it. They support it. They fund it. And they propagandize for it.
Disappeared. So where do they go from here? And it's not just Laura Loomer who's upset. Matt Gaetz ain't too happy. Take a look at this tweet that he posted. We welcomed the tech bros when they came running our way to avoid the third grade teacher picking their kid's gender and the obvious Biden-Harris economic decline. We did not ask them to engineer an immigration policy. So, see, when MAGA said we don't want immigrants, the original MAGA, they meant that. They didn't want anybody here. They were all for these mass deportations. Elon Musk and Vivek realizes, hey, you know what? We really can't do that. So we're going to have to get these people some visas. We're going to have to make sure that they're here legally. And MAGA's going, no, we don't want that. We wanted them gone. And again, where's Trump during all this? Off on a golf cart last time I seen. But they're absolutely to the point now where I feel like we're going to look around one day and we're going to see Elon be the one to shut down MAGA. And they'll probably be over here then on our channels talking about how that it all went south for them. But there's another clip that I found.
God, the self-aggrandizement is off the charts with these people.
That when I first seen it, I laughed at this. I did. I chuckled out loud, and I'll tell you why after we watch it. But then I showed it to my mom, and my mom said, there's nothing funny about that. There's nothing funny about this clip, because all it proves is that we're an absolute laughingstock on the world stage. I want to show you this clip here of Netanyahu talking with Elon Musk. And you be the judge. Is this funny, or is this pretty embarrassing?
So if you were, well, you can't be president of the U.S. Last time I checked, right? But assume you are.
Not officially.
Not officially. Okay, so you're the unofficial president.
Now, the reason that I chuckled at that when I first watched it is because I just pictured Trump throwing ketchup at the wall and losing his mind, and I pictured MAGA being like, huh? What? But when I showed it to my mom, she made a great point. She said, we're a laughingstock on the world stage. They're laughing at us. And they would have never made a comment like that to someone when Joe Biden was president. They would have never made a comment like that to someone when Barack Obama was president.
You know why? Because they don't get it. I don't care if Trump is president. I don't care who the shadow government behind him is. I don't care if Obama's president. I don't care if you tell me that Biden is president, or Reagan, or Carter, or Ford, or Bush. Because the people who really control this nation, and I will say it until I'm blue in the face, are the people who control the purse strings. I'm talking about every last Federal Reserve note in circulation is controlled by the people who are really in power, and nobody on the right or the left is interested in doing anything about it, let alone talk about it. If you control the issuance and value of a nation's currency, you control every single person in that nation, including the congressmen, including the senators, including the presidents, including the governors, including every single worker who works for that Federal Reserve note. That is total control. There is no greater control than that. But people like these propagandists will not talk about it. They want you to believe, oh yeah, Biden's in control. Obama's in control. Clinton is in control. No, they're not. So while they make fun of Donald Trump and say, oh, the unofficial president is Elon Musk, or the unofficial president is somebody behind, in the deep state or whatever, the official power brokers are the ones who control the issuance and value of the currency that even other nations are forced to use because it's the world reserve currency. Make no mistake about it. That's what we're dealing with. Until the axe goes to the root of that tree, ain't no substantive changes gonna be made. And I think these people know it. It's just that they won't say it, because if they say it, then they'll have a little channel like me with a very small audience and very few viewers. See, they want clicks and views, so they're going to pick a side. If you want to just get out the truth, then you better be willing to stand alone for a long, long time. You better be willing to look like like the village idiot that nobody wants to sit next to. Maybe you get a glance of sympathy every now and then, but nobody wants to be in your camp. They will be in the camp sooner or later. It just might take a whole lot of time. Because people want to be ruled. And they want to champion the cause of their ruler. See, it's not so much that they're against authoritarianism. They say they are, but they're really not. They just want their brand of authoritarianism to be in the Oval Office.
They're only doing that because they realize what a laughingstock Trump is. And we have said here this entire time saying these dictators, they do not like Donald Trump. They think he's a joke. And there they are, just laughing right along at him. And now MAGA's being silenced by Elon, and Trump is nowhere to be found to rescue him. That's the thing about Trump. These people will go out there and they will go to bat for him time and time again, and they will fall on their sword for him over and over again. But he will not do the same for them, ever. He won't. And
That's true. But it's also true of Joe Biden. It's also true of Barack Obama. Let me just remind you, Barack Obama in 2012 created or modernized the Smithm Act, called the Smithm Modernization Act. See, during the Smithm Act, it was illegal for propaganda to be distributed domestically. The United States government could disseminate their propaganda in foreign nations, but they could not do it on American soil. When Obama came along in 2012, he modified that, and it's called the Smithm Modernization Act. Obama made it legal for the U.S. government to disseminate propaganda domestically on American soil. Nobody wants to talk about that. Basically, the U.S. government can outright, it's legal for the U.S. government, according to the Smithm Modernization Act, it's legal for the American government to outright lie and deceive the American people.
Get mad when we say it's a cult and compare it to one, but if you study any cult out there, the cult leader never takes one for the team, ever. It doesn't happen.
A cult member saying that other cult members are cult members following a cult leader as he himself follows his own Democrat cult leader.
He finds a way to always blame it on the flock. And so they're finding out. And I can't feel any sympathy for them. They called us the enemy from within. They said we were for censorship. We're not. They said that we're against the First Amendment. We're not. But they sit there and they accused us of all those things, only to turn around and embrace a guy who is now doing those things to them. So if there's any silver lining to this cloud, and I know this may sound like a doom and gloom thing to say, but if Elon Musk is going to burn this country to the ground, at least I know he's going to bring MAGA right down with us.
Oh, God. Oh, God. Just a couple more minutes of Owen Schroyer here.
This is a way of shadow banning. Now, I don't want to sit here and point the finger at Musk, but let's look at the possibilities here regarding Musk. Now, I don't think Musk really has the care or concern to get involved with censorship, to be quite honest. I doubt this was even brought to him, honestly. I think he's probably way too busy and just does not care enough to be censoring people. But let's look at the flip side. There is a factor, there is a, not just Laura Loomer getting into it with Musk and then her being the genesis of all this seemingly, but there is a common factor here of everybody that got their checkmark and badge removed was critical of mass immigration, which of course Elon Musk is for. Now, if I was to think Musk was behind this, which I'm not saying I do, but we have to look at things practically. We're talking about a man who employs thousands, maybe hundreds of thousands of people. And if he can employ people from foreign countries and pay them half as much for double the work, I mean, folks, we're talking hundreds of millions, maybe even billions of dollars potentially at stake here just for Elon Musk. And who knows who else could be in a similar situation dealing with foreign workers, H-1B visas, even O-1 visas, which is just another tier, another level, but which would basically be what Musk is under, or maybe was under. But do you see what I'm saying? So follow the money. Who benefits? Well, there's a real backlash and a genuine conversation happening about foreign workers and H-1B visas. And it's a spirited debate, it's a hot debate, and it's a serious topic. And all of a sudden, the things aren't going the way that the billionaire class and the tech elite want it to go in the conversation. You snuff out the top voices, you put a chilling effect, you put fear into the speech of other people that might be critical, and then bing, the conversation isn't happening anymore, and maybe you can get your way with an outcome that will benefit you to the tunes of potentially billions of dollars. So those are the two sides of this. I'm more erring on the side that Musk probably has nothing to do with this. He's too busy. He doesn't care. He doesn't want to get involved with censorship.
The problem is every indication is that Elon Musk is personally involved in this. All you have to do is go to Musk's account, and they are talking about this very issue. You've got the rabbit hole saying Elon's stance on immigration has been pretty consistent. So they're talking about immigration. We should greatly increase legal immigration of anyone who is hardworking, honest, and loves America. Every such person is an asset to the country, but massive illegal immigration of people we know nothing about is insane. And Elon Musk retweeted what the rabbit hole said from this 2023 post. This is the right position for those who want America to win, for those who want America to lose for their own personal gain. I have no respect, zero. So Musk is involved in this exact conversation that Owen Schroyer is trying to give the benefit of the doubt to Elon Musk on. This is an interesting thing that's going on because, you know, there is such a thing as cognitive dissonance when you're trying to hold two mutually exclusive and diametrically opposed ideas at the same time, and you don't want to let either one of them go, and it causes great internal mental discomfort, but you continue to hold on to them anyway. This looks like Owen Schroyer trying to hold on to the concept that Elon Musk is a free speech absolutist, as Elon Musk does what looks like the opposite of being a free speech absolutist, and then trying to explain it away. And that's why it's clear, if this is what's happening, that Owen Schroyer is involved in cognitive dissonance, Laura Loomer is involved in cognitive dissonance, Tennessee Brando, Brian Tyler Cohen, Dave Pacman, because they're trying to hold these ideas that conflict with one another. And that's the danger of politics. It's the clever and deceptive art of using euphemisms, lies, emotionalism, and fear-mongering in order to dupe average people into accepting and even demanding the chains of their own enslavement. So when something happens that doesn't align with what they thought was the truth, they'll continue to hold on to the lie as they continue to hope that the truth will eventually come through. That's why Q was so immensely popular. Q is like, just trust the plan, man. There's good guys in government that are going to weed out the bad guys in government. When in the history of man has that ever happened to the benefit of the people at large, the general population? It's the rulers, it's the few rulers at the top who want to rule the many peons at the bottom. And so our greatest struggle here is not so much to, keep the rulers who want to rule in check. The greatest danger comes from the masses who want to be ruled by these rulers. That's the most complex, most difficult situation that we have to overcome. That's a hurdle that looks insurmountable, but it can be done because truth fears no scrutiny. We know that truth is the new hate speech in today's current paradigm, because if you start talking against Republicans, well, then you're automatically a Democrat. If you start speaking against the Democrats, well, you're automatically a Republican from the eyes of the Democrats. It's like, what if I'm neither? What if I can maintain a completely neutral position from the outside and I can launch constructive, substantive criticisms on both sides? What about that? It's kind of like the voting process. They're like, you only got two choices. Really? No, there's at least one other choice, and that is to not vote for evil. You're telling me to vote for the lesser of two evils. I'm telling you, I think you can maintain the moral position and the moral high ground and not give away your integrity by voting for somebody you know is evil. How about that? And what if everybody walked away from that plank? You got the mental picture of a plank, and you got a whole lot of people on this side where the plank is over the land. And then you have the plank on this side, the side of the plank over this side where you have the politician behind the lectern speaking to the people. And his part of the plank is, there's a 2,000-foot drop off underneath him. And you got this crowd right here of let's say 20 people. And then one person starts walking away. And then another person starts walking away. And then another person. You want to completely end the current paradigm? Just refuse to participate and watch what happens. And when people refuse to participate in mass, and then they get organized under the free market, and they're like, we can come up with free market solutions, not government intervention solutions. That's when change can be made. And if change is to be, it is up to thee. It's up to you, and it's up to me. That's how change happens. And it's a simple simple concept, but it can be complex to implement because so many people want to hold on to that cognitive dissonance. They want to hold on to those mutually exclusive, diametrically opposed ideas because they think that's the way it should be. So just finishing up with what Schroyer says here.
And there's probably other people doing this. That's what I think. But I will say, despite looking at both sides, I think that if Musk really wants to hold up X as the free speech platform, and this has been the biggest blow to X as far as free speech is concerned, I would say, since Musk has taken over.
Maybe from your perspective, but a lot of us, Owen, if you're watching this, and Owen and I follow each other. He follows me, I follow him. But Owen, from his perspective, that's what's going on. But that's not the truth. That's his perspective on the truth. That's his slice of the pie and how he views it. But it's only because this hasn't directly affected him yet on the X platform, as it has me and a lot of other people. Derek Bros, Ryan Christian from The Last American Vagabond, Whitney Webb. There's a lot of people that this censorship is affecting every single day. Look at my views and look at Owen Schroyer's views. And Owen Schroyer has, granted, he's got 276,000 followers and I only have 80,000, but you can see not many people are seeing my stuff or responding to my stuff.
Then he needs to come out with a very strong and clear statement about exactly what happened and why. Because now, if you're somebody like me that's been through the censorship era, or you're anybody else involved in getting censored on big tech platforms like formerly Twitter.
By the way, I was censored before any of these guys. Owen Schroyer never went to bat for me. Styx Hexenhammer never went to bat for me. The Quartering never went to bat for me. Tim Pool, I reached out to him. He never went to bat for me. It's like if you're a and I admit I'm a guppy in the sea of all of these, big wig whales and sharks. Matter of fact, I'm probably less than microplankton. But every voice counts, right? I mean, an injustice that happens to anybody anywhere is injustice that will happen to all people everywhere. Eventually, it's going to catch up to you, and it will bite you if you don't start championing the cause of freedom, no matter who the censorship fell on.
Then you're kind of having the same response, and maybe it's like acute PTSD, where it's like, oh boy, here we go again. Here come the early phases of X censorship. And if it's all about who benefits and follow the money, then when you look at big tech, or you look at even Elon Musk personally, the outcome of H-1B visas and bringing in foreign workers to do double the work for half the money, well, there you go. There's the answer to the question. So
he's already answered the question after suggesting that Elon Musk is probably not part of this. He's probably not hands-on, even though we have Elon Musk personally hands-on with this specific issue. That's crazy to me. Okay, I could be wrong, but it looks like cognitive dissonance to me. It looks like him not willing to come out on Elon Musk's social media platform. And by the way, Elon Musk is big tech. Come on. You don't think he rubs elbows with and goes on boating expeditions with Mark Zuckerberg or Jack Dorsey or Sergey Brin? You don't think these guys have each other's phone number and logged into their phones? Come on.
Again, it seems, just based off the pattern and time of events, that Laura Loomer was the genesis of all of this. Then the entire group she was affiliated with got knocked out. But it's not exclusive to those people. It's not exclusive to me that was affiliated with that group. There's a lot of other people that have been hit with it too. And the common factor is they've all been critical of H-1B visas and mass immigration of foreign workers coming into the country. So that's what they all have in common. And I will continue to follow this. As much information I can get, I will share with you. But I would say if this isn't correct.
This is kind of interesting, actually, because he uploaded this at 11:20 p.m. on December 26th, which is yesterday, as of the recording of this video. Elon Musk just launched this an hour ago. Rabbit did this 2 hours ago. Okay, so maybe Owen Schroyer is not aware that Elon Musk has taken a personal interest in this. This right here is 14 hours ago. Let's see. Any accounts? This is 14 hours ago right here. This is 17 hours ago. Just a reminder that the algorithm is trying to maximize unregretted user seconds. If far more credible verified subscriber accounts, not bots, mute and block your account compared to those who like your posts, your reach will decline significantly. It's not clear to me that he's actually speaking to this exact issue. What about those who got mass blocked by short sellers years ago defending Tesla? Activity that was done years ago shouldn't have a significant effect today. Sean Farash, who is the impersonator of Donald Trump. He impersonates Donald Trump. This seems silly and very easy to manipulate for malicious reasons. What will stop groups of verified users from blocking their rivals to diminish their reach? How is this fair? Six Hexenhammer says, would that not incentivize off-site organized attacks by those with money to field large armies of verified accounts, usually for political purposes? That's actually a good question. Every time you change the algorithm, it is done to silence dissidents. You are getting blowback from your awful takes on immigration, so you need to amp up the lawful but awful BS. Can't argue with that either. Cannot argue with that. So maybe Owen Schroyer does not know that Elon Musk has taken a personal interest in this exact issue right here.
By the end of the day tomorrow, and if we don't get a clear statement about what happened, people are going to be very concerned. And I'm kind of already going into these mechanisms of, okay.
Oh, this is interesting right here. This request looks like it might be automated to protect our users from spam and other malicious activity. We can't complete this action right now. Please try again later. Yeah, I can bookmark Owen Schroyer. I can also like his post. I can also repost. So those haven't been. I can also comment.
Okay, well, what do you do when you get censored? Well, you can go always find me at owenschroyer.show. By the way, I would give you the banned.video links, but those
okay. Wait, what's he going to say?
Banned here. So
banned.video links are banned on the X platform. That verifies that the Elon Musk you thought you were dealing with is not the Elon Musk you're actually dealing with. Owen, come on. How is this not cognitive dissonance? You can only believe in something so much when you have evidence to prove that your belief is misguided. So leave your thoughts about this for the world and the global thought police in the comment section below. I really think that things are going to get super interesting. When I was out there interviewing the MAGA supporters, they were coming off with some left field Shiite that made absolutely no sense. You thought Democrats didn't make any sense? They absolutely made no sense and literally acted like Kool-Aid drinkers, which is what most people do in the political realm when they're championing the cause of and voting and supporting and giving their integrity away for a psychopathic political parasite, whether it's left or right. Leave your thoughts about this for the world and the global thought police in the comment section below. Buckle in, put those shoulder straps on, tighten them up, because it looks like we are in for a serious ride. Ain't no telling what's going to happen after January 20th. Look what's happening right now under Biden. Look what happened before under Trump. Look what's happened before under Obama. Things are just getting worse and worse and worse. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell notification icon, do all that nonsense. And, if you want to support the channel further, grab a shirt, become a channel member. But more importantly, understand that your rights matter. You are a man or woman of the land, and nobody's got the right to infringe on your freedoms. I will see you in the next video.